And I thought I'd give some updates on stuff. I'm on my way to CVS, by the way. Another CVS. I went to one yesterday to get myself some of that Advil, to buy some Advil because I've been taking Tylenol. Did ask the pharmacist. Agreed with me on how to take it and everything. She suggested it. I trust the pharmacist. I've heard it before. I trust them. I trust them more than I do doctors, as from my experiences. But anyway, while I was there, I found some socks, some winter socks, you know, the kind of fluffy ones. And they were on sale for 99 cents. And I bought 5 of them. And I've worn 2. One pair yesterday, and I'm wearing a pair right now. And I like them. I have been buying this kind of thing, these kind of socks at various other places. And they would like have a hole in the toe the next day, or even that day. Or the elastic top would just break, and then the sock would keep falling down. Yeah. And they weren't long enough, you know, tall enough, I guess. How do you call it? You know, up your leg. They were just like more like down and past underneath your ankles kind of ones. And they're just cheap crap. I mean, it is 99 cents, sure. But I'd like to be able to wear it more than once, and not even be able to wear it the whole time. First time, because the elastic breaks. My feet aren't that big, okay? Yeah, and I'm not even the highest, the biggest size that they go to. So anyway, I found these at CVS, a different CVS. So I'm going to go to this one today and see if they have them there, maybe different colors or whatever. And I'm going to buy them. I'm going to buy all of them they have. Well, it depends on how many they have. Because I have been searching for good socks for a long while now, for winter, and we've still got a couple months maybe. Although, no, yeah, it's supposed to be early, but still, I can wear these around the house, and it's fine just to wear around the house. And now, if I can remember where, it kind of leads me in this direction, about wearing socks for one thing, but in the direction about my knee injury, which is why I was getting that Advil as it is, because the knee injury, and you know, I fell on really hard. I mean, really hard on my left knee a week ago Sunday. So it's about 10 days, 11 days, something like that. And it was on the hardwood floor. I mean, hardwood as it is. Okay, but all my weight on that, and I basically slid forward, and it was bad. It really was, and it still is. I still have pain in it. I do have a doctor's appointment, but yeah, I might have to change that. I don't know. And but what I was going to say was, the reason I'm going in this direction is I just left the Sonic, where I had some breakfast, you know, and the reason I was having some breakfast there, standing up trying to cook breakfast, or standing up trying to cook anything, trying to do anything for long enough to do it, I still have too much pain. So I don't know if I need to just go see that doctor now. I've already talked to their office, and it does seem like it's gotten a lot better, but it's just that of doing anything for too long, like being in a car. Okay, you know, I've already done videos about that kind of thing, but anyway. And then last night, I realized I'm going to have to do something about that puppy. And the reason I fell is not that the puppy was under my feet, but I've slipped on a puppy pad, basically. That's what I think. It could have been that the puppy had peed right there. Yeah, twice, and I didn't see the second one. And anyway, the puppy, as Adam learned yesterday, the puppy was a rescue, and it was too feral. It was a month and a half, as it turned out, when we rescued it, when we took it in as a rescue and our own, we adopted it. It was a month and a half, and it had 5 siblings. the puppy. Okay, the young woman who did the rescues, and trying to find people to take them on. She had worked for a vet before and all this. Well, her cousins, two of her cousins in separate homes, from what Adam and I understand. She basically told Adam, those two cousins that took on, puppy each, have said that the same thing that Adam and I have had trouble with, mainly is about the puppies learning to potty train. They won't. And she said that both of her cousins, both of them that have a puppy, these are adults, have said that they can't teach the puppy. They can't teach their own puppy, So that's 3 puppies that cannot be taught, seriously, to potty train. And I think if they were honest, they would say, you can't train them anything. The only thing that Adam has got, either one of us has gotten the puppies to learn, and that was Adam's thing, is this about sit. The puppy will sit, but the puppy's expecting a treat each time. Oh, what in the heck? Okay. All this to be going on. Oh no, I'm going to have a hard time putting on my shoes, so I'll probably have to wear these. I don't know what they're called, but there's not really sandals, but you can see through them, and I bought them at Walmart for a while back, and everybody seems to love them. I don't know. What are they, Crogs or something like that? What's the name of that? I keep asking and nobody tells me. But at least I can put those on, so we'll see. Well, they didn't even have the section like the other place, at the other location. And the other location looks just like this one on the outside, but the inside is all different. I asked the woman, the cashier, she told me where it should be. There was nothing there. And as I walked out, she asked, and I said, no, they didn't have it. But they had them mainly on end caps, different kinds of socks, and some of them were 99 cents, and they were summer socks. I'm looking for the winter one, so I might go back to the other one. We'll see. That would be if I could actually get out of here. This is unbelievable. It's like, I pulled in this way. There wasn't that much traffic, but finally got out of here. I was sitting there for a while, just in case you're wondering. But anyway, what was I trying to update? My leg is hurting. I don't know, and in case you're wondering, why didn't I go to the hospital when it happened? I was out of it. I think Adam and I both were shocked, because, and plus I've fallen before and didn't have to go to the hospital or anything. And I would just slept the first, it was like 36 hours or something like that. And just mainly slept and went to the bathroom and ate. That was pretty much it. I wasn't up to doing anything. And then after that I was thinking, okay, it just has to heal, I know I was raised in a family that they just didn't go to the doctor for anything. Pretty much. I mean, unless you were on your deathbed, they weren't going to take you to the hospital. And I never got in the habit, but I went through a stage one time, when I went and I quit counting at 21 healthcare professionals, and that included in hospitals, ERs, for a condition. It turned out 2.5 years later, when I first started YouTubing, right after I think it was, that I finally figured it out myself what was going on. And since then I haven't been that much on going to doctors. I'm not saying they're bad or anything, but I had to figure that situation out myself. And it turns out that I was allergic to a diabetes medicine, and not any of those healthcare professionals. Like I said, I quit counting at 21 that I'd seen. None of them had even hinted that it could have been a medication I was on that was causing me problems. I had a rash basically that was covering pretty much, it was just getting to where it was covering my whole body, in the places where you don't see hair follicles, like on your palms or underneath there and underneath there, around the fingers. Let's see, it didn't touch the face. That it didn't, and I don't think it touched my neck. But other parts of the body is where you just don't see hair follicles. You don't see, no hair grows. And it just kept spreading, And I had to figure it out myself, that it was that medication I'm allergic to. And can you believe, one of the doctors that I'm still seeing still wants to subscribe a medication in the same family, even though the pharmacist has told me, and I've told him, the pharmacist said, no, they will not even fill that kind of prescription because I'm allergic to an ingredient in it. No, none of them in that family will they fill. Okay, the doctor just keeps going, what in the heck is this? You see that? What in the world are they spraying? I can't even figure that one out. But no. How did I get on that rant? But since then, I've not really been that, to jump and say, okay, I need to go see a doctor and for anything, really. And the doctor that I do see, because I'm a Texan and I'm a homemaker and I don't have health insurance because Texas didn't want to do that. Oh my God. I'm Texan and you're not representing me. But anyway, I believe in it. I believe we should all have affordable care, period. Everybody in the United States, everywhere. But, so they're not representing me. Anyway, with that, the doctor I see is one of them one of the two practices. It's not just the one doctor, but practices. One practice, it's more. But they, for people who don't have health insurance, and they're just prescription renewers. That's what I see. They want to send you out to everybody else for anything, except they run their own tests there. But their blood test. Anything else, you got to go to somebody else, and they're just not good. If you ask me, I mean 21 wasn't just those practices, but 21 healthcare professionals, and you can't tell me what was wrong. Well, you could be allergic to a medication you're on. Anyway, I trust pharmacists more. Didn't I say that earlier? Yeah, I trust pharmacists more than I do doctors. And that one doctor that keeps trying to prescribe one in that family for diabetes, he got mad one time because I told him, I said, they're not going to fill it. They've said that before. And, he's one of those arrogant ones who thinks once he says something that's law, he got mad. He says, well, you let that pharmacist do your diabetes, whatever it's called, program or whatever. And I said, look, I'm listening to the professionals, and I'm not going to be in the middle of your argument with them, period. Seriously, I think he's a little bitty man, and I'm a Amazonish kind of woman. I'm not really Amazon, I'd say. I'm more like I've said before, more of a, what is it, Xena, warrior princess kind. And I'm not going to get triangulate in his little arrogant, narcissistic, if you ask me, attitude about himself, that once he makes a decision that's final, you need to think first, mister, before you make any decision. And remember things, and look at your chart. It says it allergic to. It's there. I've seen it. Oh my God. Oh, can I vent or what? Maybe I should put this on the channel I've been using for events about doctors and their arrogance. Arrogance. Why did that come out that way? I don't know. It came out more nasal, maybe, than usual. Oh, I'm laughing because I need to get home and lay down for a little while because that knee is hurting. Yeah, it's from sitting down too long. I've been in the car since at least an hour and a half. Well, I've been going to places, but I think that's enough each day. If I do, I need to go to a store that is that away, the other direction. It's to my right. And I'm not in the right lane for that. Trying to remember things to do. And what was I saying? And this is going to be funny. Because I was going to say, I can't remember things since that happened. Well, when I did fall in that it was pretty bad. Like I said, I was by myself in that room, and Adam had just gone to bed in another part of the house, and he's older than I. And he wanted, I screamed for him, and luckily he heard me because he had the door shut. Because of the puppy, he doesn't want the puppy in there. It's carpeted in there, and he doesn't want the puppy on that carpet. So he shuts the door, and luckily he heard me, and he came in there, saw me sitting flat on the floor, and it took an hour for me to get up. Let me get zoomed through an hour. But I couldn't put any weight on that leg, okay, because of the knee. And I certainly, since I busted both of my knees 2.5 years ago, certainly couldn't put all that weight on the other knee to get up. I didn't want him to help me because he's older than I. And even though he's a very strong man, and I'm well aware he's very strong, he can lift things, and he could probably lift me, but I was more afraid that if I hurt, I was really more afraid that I was going to hurt him. Okay, plain and simple. Okay, are you too close to me over here? Yeah, it goes off if I'm too close or they're too close, and I was in between in the line, so it was them. But anyway, I didn't want to hurt him, and because how he would help me, I would have to put my arm around him, and he's a wide enough man. It would be very difficult, and I was afraid it was going to hit his neck and, choke him or whatever. But my brain I was telling myself, my brain isn't thinking right. I have a genius IQ, just for the record. I was sitting there, and I was saying, I can't figure out how I'm going to get up. But I did figure that I had to scoot across. I was in my office. I had to scoot across there on the hardwood floor. Luckily it's got that stuff on it that it just slides, which was probably why I slid. One of the reasons. I slid on a puppy pad I think on the side of one. And anyway, I scooted from there where I'd fallen through the entranceway, which is also, all these rooms are have hardwood floors, and scooted to the bedroom in which I finally figured out how I did. I had to put some pressure on that knee, and that was not good. It was awful feeling. Still hurts, like I said. And he was trying to help me, and I was saying, no, I don't want you to help me. Plus, I fell back twice, and I could see both of us falling at that point, and that would not be good for both of us to fall. And who would help us? Either one of us. Besides the puppy all over me. He got the puppy off of me. When I fell, the puppy was all over me. And that's a big puppy. And anyway, so I had to get Adam to move the pillow top off of that bed, and I was able to pull my upper body after falling back twice, but the third time I finally got it, my upper torso was on the bed, and then I could, he pulled the what is it called, pillow top even further, and I kind of grabbed some of it and pulled my rest of myself up. Okay, he kept trying to help me, like I said, and I was saying no, because he could hurt himself and he could hurt me even worse, because he doesn't know what I'm feeling with any move. It was difficult. Okay, it wasn't just something, you just pull yourself up. It was a difficult thing, an hour. Okay. So then he had to, that was Sunday night, he had to stay home the whole week from work to help me and do things like, cooking. The house was a disaster. At one point when I finally was able to use a cane, but not when that happened, I was able to use a cane that he had to get from that bed because it was too short and that was hurting me. And plus I would be needing to go to the bathroom, and I was afraid I would fall again. And so I moved back to the master bedroom. I had been sleeping up there in the front room because of the dogs, the puppy, and trying to help him get adjusted. The older dog has dementia. Somebody has to get up in the middle of the night, all night long, to pretty much whenever he feels like it, whenever he forgets, and he has to go again, time after time. Yeah, somebody has to. Adam works, I don't. I'm a homemaker, so I was up there staying in that room where I was scooted to. But I had to move into the other room, and he had to get up all night, and he stayed home from work the whole week. Went back Monday, 2 days ago. And anyway, it was a bad time all around, and I'm not even sure why I started talking. Besides the healthcare professionals, I just don't trust them anymore. And it's where I live. I've had good healthcare professionals in the past that I trust, but it's become such a business, and there's so much narcissism in these healthcare professionals. They say things that they could lose their license, but they know it's your word against theirs. Okay, yeah. I'm learning to secretly video my appointments. Yeah, have my purse in my purse, use my cell phone to video what goes on. Like that time at what is it called? A pharmacy, when the pharmacist and the pharmacy tech went all off on me, and I wasn't the only one. One went off, I think it was the pharmacy tech, or maybe both of them, went off on another customer, and I videoed it. I videoed as much as, well, it went on for like about an hour, and I videoed chunks of it, because the other times I was talking to their corporate office, to someone there, and they said they couldn't do anything, they couldn't interrupt, they couldn't, I would need to speak to a district manager, and I said, no, I'm talking to you, and this is your problem, you need to take care of it. By the way, since then, they treat me like a queen. Yeah. Not that location, I won't go to that location. They assisted with me getting changed to another one. Assisted, right, they didn't do anything. I think they did. They talked to them, the other place, and they treated me like queen, like I said. I had it on video, and so did they, because they videoed the drive-through. Not going to happen ever again. Let's hope not. It's not just one chain, by the way. I've seen this, not just me, but I've seen it and heard about it from other ones too. I still like the old-fashioned, not a chain, not associated with any chain, drugstore, pharmacy. I always called them drugstore when I was younger. Anyway, I think I'm going to pause here for a minute. Maybe wrap it up. I don't know. Let's see. I taken the half out of the middle when I was leaving from there. Actually, from that part, there was a big, huge dump truck thing. And then I turned down the next road, and there was somebody taking their half out of the middle coming down the road. I want to make it home safely every time, But anyway, I think I'll wrap this up. I couldn't believe it's not going to be the usual kind of video for this channel. It just depends on which channel I wind up putting it on. But anyway, I do want to start making more videos about my experiences with healthcare professionals. This is just run amok. But like I was saying, I don't think it's so much everyone, everywhere, as I think it's here. I mentioned before, I live in Narcissismville, what I call Narcissismville. Yeah, it's so part of the culture that it had the reputation long before, apparently, I even knew the place existed. People said it was a suburb of Dallas, one of these suburbs, but it's more like an area of more than one suburb of Dallas. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this one up. Don't know, it got kind of long. Anyway, I'll talk to you on another video. Bye. No, there's a bunch of overstock today.